Welcome back to another edition of Coach's Corner brought to you by Fats Cafe. I'm your host, Katelyn Grisillo, and joining me today from the men's golf team is Coach Carlisle. Thank you for joining us today, Coach.
Thank you for having me, Katelyn.
First of all, congratulations on wrapping up your fall season. Can you talk to us a little bit about your thoughts on your team's performance?
Sure. We played pretty well this fall. We played in 4 events, 2 Division II events and 2 Division I events. And played well. We won our tournament that we hosted at Kiowa. Did pretty well there. And other tournaments we played in, we didn't win any, but we were pretty close and played well. Had a lot of good individual performance. I mean, our scores actually for our 1 through 4 guys are about as low as they have ever been. Our first 4 guys all averaging between about 71.5 and 72.8, 7 or 8, something like that. And our number 5 guys averaging right at about 74, almost 73 and a fraction. So our scores are quite good. Played well. Could have done a little better along the way, but that's what this time of year is for, to learn some things and what you need to do to improve. And we do have plenty of room for improvement. We've got some good players who didn't play as well as they wanted to or as we wanted them to, and they know it, and they're bound and determined to work hard and do what they need to do to get better for the spring.
Right. Okay, now individually, did anyone stick out to you and impress you the most in their performances?
In our top 5, they all had certain parts of their performance are really impressive. Hubert Tisserand, I think, had a good fall. He came in, he was not happy with the way he played for us last year. He was a really good player in France and Europe. Played well this summer back home in France. He qualified for the French Open, a European PGA Tour event, which is really quite hard to do. And I think that gave him a little bit of shot of confidence. He came in here and played really well for us, winning the individual title down at the Kiowa tournament. But everybody else, the good thing about it is everybody contributed. You know, even our number 5 man for the fall, Sam Schiff, he contributed. He contributed some good rounds. He shot a 2 under par 70 in the second round at Firestone, which is quite a good round. So it's not like we're depending on 1 or 2 players. We depend on all 5 of them, and that kind of, when you can kind of shoulder that responsibility for that around to everybody on the team, it really makes you a dangerous team.
A lot less pressure.
Absolutely.
Much more confident as a coach.
You got that right.
Now, what were your thoughts on the newcomers' performance?
The new players we had, August Lindvall is a freshman coming in. He played like I thought he would. He was a fairly highly ranked player back in Sweden. Played well for us here. Sam Schiff was a redshirt freshman, so he was here in our program last year. So we knew he had some ability and played well for us. But everybody, you know, is looking for little things to do to improve, to get better, and everybody, without a doubt, all of them can do little things to get a little bit better, and I feel sure we will.
Right. Now, of course, you want everyone to improve and move forward in the spring. What are your other expectations for the spring?
Just to continue like we're doing. We're looking to maintain a level of consistency and performance to where when we don't play well, we're still in contention. We did that in the fall. We want to continue to do that. You know, we didn't have any rounds that absolutely killed us, having to count high scores or having somebody that we're depending upon that doesn't play well. So we're just looking to continue our consistency, keep our scores under control, and when we get things really going good and playing well, they can go really low, shoot some really low scores.
Okay. Now your team got to go to Kiowa. You also went to Ohio, correct, in the fall?
Right.
Do you have any big trips planned for the spring semester?
We go back to Florida once early on to Lakeland. The Florida Southern's tournament will be a good tournament. We go back, our region tournament is in Central Florida, in Mission Inn in the middle of Florida. Okay. Those will be our 2 longest trips, and the rest of the time we'll be playing right around South Carolina and Georgia. Okay.
And will you continue to see the mixture of Division I and Division II teams?
We will. We'll play in 2 more Division II tournaments, 2 really good ones. We'll play Florida Southern's tournament. We'll play Georgia College's tournament too, which both of those fields will be the best Division II teams in the country. It'll probably 15 out of the 18 teams that are in each one of those tournaments will be ranked, so it'll be really strong.
Wow. And how does it work competing against both Division I and Division II teams? Does that change your coaching philosophy at all?
Not at all. It's still the same game. Everybody's got 14 clubs and a bunch of shiny new golf balls in their bag. It's no different whatsoever. You just go out and you play. I mean, there's nothing that separates or differentiates a Division II team from a Division I. Everything is the same way. You play the same course, same rules, same everything. So no difference at all.
Okay. And now y'all will also host a tournament in March at our course in Aiken.
Correct. At Palmetto Golf Club here at Aiken. Great old golf course. We've got a really good, strong Division I field. In the World Amateur Golf Ranking, which ranks all the golf tournaments, amateur, professional in the world, all the players in the world. I believe it's a B-ranked event, which are only 2 categories above that. You've got to be a U.S. amateur or British amateur or U.S. Open or something like that to be ranked higher than our field. So it's one of the highest ranked tournaments in the country.
Very nice. And how many teams do you expect to participate?
We'll have 18 teams. We always play 18.
Okay. And a mixture again of Division I and
Nope,
II?
we're the only Division II. The other teams we invite are Division I teams that that want to come play in our tournament, and then we in turn get invited to theirs.
It's very good competition.
It is very good.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, Coach, in preparation for next semester.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. That wraps up another edition of Coach's Corner, brought to you by Fats Cafe with Coach Carlisle. I'm your host, Katelyn Grisillo. Thank you for watching.